because it was Gwen versus Viego matchup. So T1, they went for a turret dive, however, they actually traded kills one-on-one. And Frederick Brion was able to create another turret dive angle because they had a huge minion wave creating on the top lane. So Frederick Brion was setting up for the dive together with Lilia and also Rukon. And T1 gathered all the information with the ward next to the Grump camp. So Frederick Brion was pretty much obvious going in for the turret dive, so LeBlanc also reset to base and she was waiting for the right time to take her teleport. T1 also even sent their Braum up onto the top lane, and once Frederick Brion stepped forward, Faker even TP'd in. You know, you have to keep in mind that Faker TP'd from his base, which means he had additional items, and T1 was able to win this skirmish on the top line. And when you're playing in this kind of a team game, it's really important to have the visions, you know, because T1 had the information based on the wards placed very deep in the enemy jungle. They were able to react to that setup so effectively. It was also really impressive that T1 and Frederick Brion were looking for actions in the early game, which allowed Frederick Brion to also have some agenda and priority. Not like game number 1, they were having no hope to actually come back. Let's take a look at the second replay. Frederick Brion had a very solid control on the bottom side of the map, and because Lilia just arrived after she completed the Scuttle Crab, she had a massive speed boost here. Lilia was having about 600 movement speed at that point, and because T1 was caught up with that Varus on the mid lane, they really wanted to, you know, target him and engage on him. They kind of missed out on the fact that Lilia was coming from the right-hand side of the map. T1 does have some tool to counter the action from Frederick Brion, but they don't really have a distinct or a very strong barrier to block Frederick Brion players. And with an ace claimed by Frederick Brion, they were able to close out game number 2. And Lava will pick up the player of the game on Renekton. What does this mean? You know, we had a lot of actions, you know, we had some bloody fight starting from the early game, which means Lava was able to kind of end the laning phase so fast. You know, game number 1, it was all about having a very long laning phase and LeBlanc having the domination on the mid lane. But because we had so many actions, especially on the top side of the map, the laning phase or the champion matchup didn't really stick too long. And LeBlanc also didn't have distortion at that point, so Lava was able to block down the kill. He was able to fight Guma using the back line. It's really a law king, you know, finding the right target in the right moment. And Lava will be the unanimous POD from game number 2 performance. For the Brion, they are having a very deadly matchup schedule starting from today. So this victory will be so valuable for them. So let's head over to game number 3.